30 years after the wise and powerful Zordon formed the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the team comes face to face with a familiar threat from the past.
In the midst of a global crisis, they are called on once again to be the heroes that the world needs.
As you might have picked up, the once and always subtitle there is a nod to the idea of once a Ranger, always a Ranger. And that's one of a few iconic Power Rangers franchise phrases that David Yost actually challenged us to include in the story.
Yeah.
So, we've stuck a few in there that you might recognize. So when it's released, keep your eyes or I guess ears peeled. We also wanted to create a story that pulls in families and maybe more casual viewers of Power Rangers, as well as something that really satisfies the Power Rangers experts that are out there. and it satisfies us, like we do care about all the sort of nerdy details.
Very deeply.
And we want to make something cool.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a huge challenge and there's so much scrutiny, but it's a massive opportunity and we take it very seriously.
Yeah.
What was it like for you both to work with those legacy cast members?
It's just so great to chat with them because they have really fantastic, insightful thoughts about their characters, and they know very well how they might behave. If David and Walter had thoughts on whether the character would do something differently, we knew that it was the right thing to do to listen because those guys know their characters so well that we had to respect that because they're amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, like as writers, having access to them is like having this amazing cheat code that sort of gives us this sneaky advantage into making the thing feel a lot more authentic and interesting. Not all of the returning characters are human. We're very excited to have a couple of important robots to talk to you about. First of all, there's a new incarnation of Alpha 5, and we won't spoil it now, but place your bets on which number it'll be this time. And then on top of that, in an exciting twist, our evil friend Rita Repulsa has had a nasty robotic makeover. And how exactly that works is still a secret, but wait and see. We promise you won't have to wait 10,000 years in a dumpster to find out the answer.
But speaking of Robo Rita and Alpha, we are super pumped to announce that Barbara Goodson and Richard Horvitz are back to reprise their roles of Rita and Alpha, which is it's amazing. Well, we're very excited. The audience globally will be able to watch the special on April 19th, 2023, only on Netflix.
We knew that after the huge finale of Dino Fury and sort of bringing that story to where it ended, we had a pretty tough act to follow. So we decided that for us, for season 30, what we wanted to do is take risks and make the kind of Power Rangers show that we always wanted to bring to the screen. So for our team, that meant interconnected stories, big cliffhangers, and constantly upping the stakes. There are all the familiar Power Rangers elements, monsters, Zords, new weapons, and so on. But the difference is it's not always 2 ground fights, a Megazord fight, and the Rangers win at the end of the episode. Things might happen in ways that you don't expect.
Yeah, with season 30, we've been able to really mix things up. And it was quite liberating for us as writers to not need to spend time setting up brand new Rangers. So we were able to focus on the team going on kind of like an action-packed journey where they're thrown into all sorts of unfamiliar situations.
And the other thing that we've had with it too is that we're using the Megazord footage from Q Ranger Super Sentai, but everything else is fully original this time around. So all the ground fights, all the drama, we're making up from scratch. And that gives us a big advantage in terms of storytelling, because traditionally we'd have to study the Sentai footage and try and derive a story that makes sense from what we are seeing. So it was very much retrofitting story to footage that already existed. This time around, the story comes first. And another interesting thing about this season is that the morphers, which are in the shape of dinosaur heads, they also operate as blasters. So they can be used as a ranged weapon, as well as the melee weapons that the Rangers have in their hands. And you can see the skirt there. And Izzy, of course, Green Ranger, doesn't have a skirt because she doesn't wear skirts. And there they all are. So the release date for Cosmic Fury will come sometime a bit further down the track. But what I can say at the moment is that it is destined for fall 2023 global release on Netflix.